Thanks for taking a few minutes for yourself to listen, to gain maybe some new tools so you can live into the divine flow of inner peace, balance, wholeness. Discovering more deeply your authentic self, your true self, deepening your relationship with the God of your understanding. Today, I invite us to look at the Advent season in a new way. The word Advent comes from the Latin word adventus, meaning coming or arrival. Advent is a time for us to pause, look back, and also look forward. Advent invites us to consider how God is present in our lives, in the waiting, in the arriving, and in the coming. Advent teaches us that waiting is not just an empty pause. It's a sacred space where God works in ways we often cannot see. In those moments of uncertainty or longing, God is present, steady and loving, shaping our lives and guiding us toward wholeness. At the same time, Advent reminds us to reflect on where God has already arrived in our lives. When you look back over your shoulder into the rearview mirror of your life with the eyes of faith, we can recognize how God has already been present to you, guiding you, protecting you, sustaining you, even in perhaps moments when you may not have noticed at the time. And finally, Advent is an invitation to notice where God is coming to you now, calling you into a deeper connection, transformation, and trust. So, I invite you to take a look at 3 questions. First, where is God inviting you in the waiting? Life often presents us with times of uncertainty, moments when we feel stuck or unsure. So what virtues like patience or trust or acceptance might God be inviting you to grow into as you navigate those moments in your life of waiting? Second, where has God already arrived in your life? Take a moment to think back over your life to times when you've experienced unexpected grace, healing, or peace. Maybe times where you learned to forgive yourself. You learned to forgive others. How has God shown up for you in those moments, often through people or circumstances that maybe you didn't expect? And finally, where is God inviting you to experience God's divine presence of love now? What practical steps might you take to deepen your connection with the divine? Maybe it's learning to listen more deeply to the voice of love within you, the inner teacher, by starting a daily meditation practice. Maybe it's dedicating time each day for spiritual reading, or perhaps reaching out to somebody in need to help them. Advent is a sacred time to open our hearts and notice God's presence in the waiting, the arriving, and the coming. I encourage you to carry these 3 questions throughout this Advent season and beyond. Where is God inviting you in the waiting? Where has God already arrived in your life? And where is God inviting you now to experience God's love for you in practical ways? How is God inviting you into that deep love affair with the God of creation? Allow those questions to guide you into deeper reflection. Ponder them like Mary did in your heart. Thank you for joining me today. May this Advent season fill you with hope, peace, and the deep awareness of God's love for you, always present, always arriving, always calling you closer to the God who loves you and created you in the image and likeness of divine love.